Hello and welcome to the next episode, or the third episode, of the Hope is in Our Nature podcast. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Aaron.
How are you?
Oh, I'm great. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very
Good.
good. Yeah, I'm happy. It's a bit chilly in here, actually. I'm cold in my room.
It's all right. I've got a blanket over my legs.
Well, it's all
I
right for
have.
you. It's not all right for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, sucks to be you then.
It's
But
all
I'm
right.
nice and warm.
It's all right. You're cold because I've got a blanket.
It's okay because Jen's warm.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Good to see you. Good to see you. So this episode we're going to be talking all about learning, aren't we?
Yay!
Yeah, yay, your favourite thing
My
ever.
favorite. Yeah.
So, learning. And Jen, you're the education and learning manager at the Wildlife Trust, aren't you? So, yeah, you're kind of in charge of everything education and learning. Anything anyone ever thinks of that teaches them something new is all down to you. But
Kind of, yeah.
sort okay, okay.
I mean, not
Well,
really, but yeah.
I suppose like people might listen to this might wonder what I get what level of stuff, education and learning type stuff,
Yeah.
something like someone like the Wildlife Trust does, like an
Yeah.
organisation like us does. So, do you want to like run through like what do you do?
Happily. Um, Yeah, no, education and learning is a central part of what the Wildlife Trust does. It's written into
Mm,
our charitable objectives. It's one of the reasons why we are here. So each one of the 46 Wildlife Trusts delivers their own version of education and learning programs. It can differ massively because we've got some absolutely massive wildlife trusts that cover a really massive geographical area, and they might have education centres and lots of schools in their catchment. And then
mm,
we've got some really teeny tiny wildlife trusts that might be on an island like Alderney, for example, or the Isle of Man, which they might have one school on the whole island and a much
mm,
smaller community. But the important thing is that every single wildlife trust is doing something in this space. And that could look like working directly in schools with teachers and with young people to bring nature closer to curriculum. So, what kids are learning. It could be about how children and young people learn in schools. So, it might not be actually based around nature or wildlife, as in the topic, but it might just
mm.
be taking a lesson outdoors, so taking maths or English or art or
Oh
music
yeah.
into their school grounds if they've got the space, so that kids are able to just learn in a really different, face it, a much nicer environment than being stuck
Mm,
inside four walls all day. So my job really is just to support the functions of that, to make sure that all of the amazing learning that we get from those programs in terms of the
mm,
benefits for young people, the benefits for learning, the benefits for teachers, that I collect and collate all of that so that I can be talking to people who are responsible for education policy across the UK to
yeah.
really make the case for why nature, the environment, and climate should be a more central part of young people's education, not just like I say in terms of what they learn, but
Mm,
how we learn. It's what we call pedagogy. It's how you
mm.
teach or how you deliver learning. And being outdoors is a really amazing tool to have in your tool belt as a teacher, to
I
be able to.
remember. Oh, sorry, I remember going. I completely loved. You just made me think about days that our teachers, and it's like it was so exciting when a teacher would go, "Right, guys, we're going outside." And
Yeah,
I remember I had a maths class in. I think I must have been like year 8, and we went outside. This was like the first time we'd like done it in secondary school, and I was all excited. It was like a lovely summery hot day in like just before the summer holidays, and we went
yeah,
outside. I remember Mrs. King, we'll call it. That wasn't her. I've changed the surname slightly, just but took us outside, and where I went to school, there was like we had these big field at the back with a really steep hill, and we were like,
yeah.
right, we'll go up there and we'll go and sit by this little like patch of trees,
Hmm.
copse of tree collection of trees that we had on the top of the field because we thought that'd be like nice, a little bit cozy. And as we went up, Mrs. King slipped in her heels, and one of her heels came flying off, and she face planted into the hill, and sort of, do you know, like when you, in a cartoon when they splat against like a
Yeah,
window and slide down it, and and genuinely outdoor class, best day of my life. I just remember
yeah.
it. I mean, I know that's. I mean,
Ritual
also
humiliation of your teacher. Lovely.
she was okay. She was fine. She was
Oh,
fine.
that's good.
She laughed about it. It was a like
Yeah.
really nice. It was like a really nice bonding thing because Like before then, it had been not standoffish, but it had been a very much like teacher-student relationship, which
Yeah.
obviously it always should be. But it was very humanizing. That's
Yes.
where it was, yeah, and it was
Yeah.
like, hey, I fall over too. That's so funny. And then I just remember she just felt so much more normal after that, and less like
Yeah.
less of a scary math teacher, and very much you know,
Definitely. But that's like a
and
core memory, and that's great. But yeah,
mm,
wouldn't it be great if you had more than just the one memory of being outside? What if it was just kind of the norm and something that
mm,
kids, you've got two kids. How great would it
yeah,
be if your two were learning outdoors sort of as part of their daily lives at school? So it just became the norm and they became really comfortable and they felt like they belonged in nature. That's kind of what we're aiming for. But I mean, yeah,
yeah.
watching your teacher face plant a hill, yeah. Also,
She was fine. She was fine.
that's good. That's
We
good.
checked, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that's amazing, and like yeah, learning new things and where you learn it as well is just so good for us, so good for
Yeah.
our like well-being. And like I try and learn something different every day, and like I try
I
and
know,
make
because you
sure
tell me.
I
You
do. And
always,
I tell you,
yeah.
do you want a fun fact?
Go on then.
Okay. Right, pick a shark: Greenland shark or Thresher shark.
Greenland shark.
Greenland shark. Okay, so Greenland sharks are,
Hmm.
thought to be some of the oldest like living vertebrates. So they like live deep sea, really generally cold waters. So occasionally we get them, in UK, well, off the UK coast, and
Right.
they're super slow swimming, really deep cold water, and they can live anywhere. We're not 100% sure, but anywhere between sort of 300 and 500 years old.
Whoa.
So the oldest green shark that could still be swimming around today could have been swimming around when Henry VIII was on the throne.
That's mad.
How crazy is
That's
that?
absolutely, yeah.
Isn't
All the
that cool?
things that have been going on up on the surface, and they're just chilling in the murky
Chilling
depths of
around.
the sea.
Yeah, so there you go. If
Nice.
you, yeah,
I mean, like,
it's
question, do you know any facts that aren't related to sharks? Because an awful lot of what you tell me is shark related, which is great, but if you know anything else, that's also.
I know many, many different things. While I just sit here and try and come up with one.
That's fine. We'll stick with Greenland shark. That was a very good fact.
Do
Very,
you
very
know
good fact.
binturongs? Have you heard of a binturong?
Nope.
So they look a little bit like. I mean, you'll have to Google them. Google one because I can't. It's hard to describe them. They look like freaky tree dogs, and their poo smells like popcorn.
I mean, from personal experience or just what you've read online?
Oh, that's entirely personal. No. um,
Oh,
yeah,
they're
online.
cute.
They
Yeah,
are
I've just
cute.
Googled them. Oh, there's a picture of one with his little tongue out.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I think they call it like the bear cat. Is that right? Is it saying
Yeah,
bear?
bear cat.
The bear cat
Yeah,
because they look
it's
like a bear, a cat, a dog, a raccoon. They look
yeah.
immediately like an old man. They're beautiful, but
Oh,
their poo smells of popcorn.
I mean that's cool. I mean, some maybe more scientific factoids about the
Yeah.
binturong is they are a viverid. What does that mean? A viverid native.
Do you know what? I don't know.
It says a viverid native to South and Southeast Asia. It
Oh,
is
is that the?
uncommon in much of it. I haven't finished. It's uncommon in much of it, in much of its range, and has been assessed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List because of a declining population. Oh,
Oh, there you go. So you teach me something, I teach you something about binturongs
there you
today.
go. Mute. There
There's
you
a
go. That's the whole
vivid.
point, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to find out what that means. I don't know if that's like it's for like family. I don't know. I'll find out that. There you go. That's my thing for today. I'll find that out.
That's the other. Oh, it's well, I've Googled it again. A mammal of the civet family.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Cool.
Isn't it? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
of course. I mean,
Oh,
it's,
yeah. Of
oh
course, a
wait.
civet.
Now you put it now you put it like that.
Now
Of
you
course
put
I
it
knew
that
that.
way.
Oh, that's really
Oh,
interesting.
yeah.
But learning's like that. I think that's so. And what we've just like done there, that we just had a conversation. We've triggered something up where we've both been able to learn something new, have a fun conversation about nature.
Yeah.
I just think that's so good for us. It's good for connecting to each other. It's good for connecting to nature, and so I thought, in the spirit of Hope Week, I literally did this morning when my dad's visiting from Denmark. So he lives over in Denmark and comes to visit as a couple of times a year, which is amazing. Comes to help with his grandkids. So and he was busy feeding my littlest, my son, and I just thought I'd ask him, what's your favourite animal? and just see what he said. And I
Okay.
stealthily clicked record. I had my laptop sort of hidden around the corner, and I did check with him afterwards that it was all right that I
Yeah.
put this on the podcast, but and I knew we would be anyway, but yeah, and I'll play it for you so you can listen.
Okay.
What's your favourite animal, Dad?
Oh wow, that's hard because I've got so many. One of my favourites is a honeybee.
A honeybee. Why?
Well, apparently the brains are about, I mean, tiny brains, about the size of a sesame seed or something,
Yeah.
and yet they can navigate in with the landscape, so they can recognise landscape features. They can do the sundance or whatever they call it, where they
Sundance.
they show other bees back to the hive routes to the pollen source.
By dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then change roles within the hive, so the hive becomes short of a particular role, and they'll change the jobs.
That's good. But yeah, like, I just thought that was really cool.
I
It was
love
really
that.
good. Yeah, it was nice because I just literally
The
was
honeybee.
the hunt. Yeah, it's nice, and I didn't know. Genuinely, had no idea that my dad liked bees or knew stuff about bees. What I would say, fact check. Always fact check your
Oh,
parents or your friends or anyone like that. I mean, yeah, it sounded right, and I'll double check it. But
he sounded very
um,
knowledgeable.
he sounded very yeah, and I didn't know. He just started waffling. I was just stood there like, oh wow. I literally thought he'd go tiger or something, and then just let me do it. But there you go. So, but I just thought it was really nice to like trigger a conversation with my dad, have a little go. I didn't actually know what his favorite animal was. I genuinely was thinking about it. I didn't know, and I just thought, hey, I'm going to ask him. I'm going to try and record it to see what he says because those sorts of conversations and just being able to natter with someone and
Yeah.
bring nature up is just really nice. It was good, and it just led to I learned something new. I learned something new about my dad as well as
Yeah.
about nature, probably if I check he's right. But yeah, I just thought it was really nice, a nice thing to do actually.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's another way to connect, isn't it? And I think that's what's really important about learning is I think maybe particularly people in their 30s like you and me, we grew up maybe in a bit more of a stricter school setting where I don't know, I think lots of people leave school going, "Oh my goodness, thank goodness that's over." But learning doesn't just have to be about what you do in school.
Mm,
It's all about just broadening your horizons is how I think about it. And the word I love more than anything in this kind of context is curiosity. Um,
yeah,
I think that's like one of the reasons why me and you get on so well is because we're both just so curious about different. We're always asking, "Oh, what's that? What's that? What's that?" Or like we'll have a random conversation about uh, what was it, a tree dog or whatever we just talked
a
about,
binturong.
a binturong. Um, because yeah, I think curiosity is just that wanting to know more, not accepting things at face value, um, digging a little bit deeper, doing a little bit more research. And it's not about becoming an expert or a, you can
Mm,
if you want, but that's not the point. It's just about just constantly broadening your worldview, constantly broadening your horizons. And I think even just on a little micro scale, what you've done, like, that had a little conversation with your dad, it brings a new sense of connection because, like you said, you've learned something new about him, something that you never have like talked about before. So if you think about having those types of conversations with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues and stuff at work, it doesn't always have to be, such a sterile environment. Just, I don't know, just speak to someone, ask them what's your favorite thing about the natural world or about wildlife or what's your favorite tree or what it's just if
mm,
finding other people that have a different perspective can just be really powerful and give you a lot of hope because again you're like, oh well, there's other people that like random things like I do. um
yeah,
so
and
yeah,
like
I
what?
think it's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of it being good for us, I mean, like you said there, like it's the connection and things like that. But I think it's just and that natural curiosity about the world, like saying with my little kids and stuff, they go out the door and they just notice straight away. They'll just bend down. We could be anywhere. We could be any scenery. Anything could be going on, and they'll just bend down and pick up like a leaf. And just
Yeah.
one particular leaf will just be fascinating to them, and they'll just stare.
Yeah.
And I think that opportunity to really, really engage and look at something more deeply, which learning does.
Yeah.
Learning about something is deepening your understanding of it, and your curiosity, I guess, can be like a muscle. You can practice it. You can practice being curious and practice learning something new every day. And I
Yeah,
think that's fantastic. So
it
good.
is. And I think that would be a big takeaway for Hope Week is if, anyone who's following us along or anyone that's listening to this podcast would be maybe to do what Aaron did, just go and have those conversations, go and ask your mum or your dad, your brother, your sister, colleagues, friends, whoever you feel, safe and comfortable to have a conversation with, just ask the question about what is your favorite, whatever wildlife, animal, or share what yours is, or do a little bit of quick Googling like I've done to try and find out more about the animal I've already forgotten the name of. Birri.
Binturong.
Binturong, thank you. Um, obviously not something that's going to stick in my head. Um, but I'll remember the fact that you told me about the popcorn. So yeah, I think that would be a really great kind of takeaway is just for start more conversations, generate more curiosity, keep your horizons and your worldview as open as you can, because not only will you likely find other people who have a similar interest to you, um, and that kind of brings that sense of hope. It also just furthers that understanding about how we connect with other people, how we
Mm.
understand different points of view. I'm personally not a massive fan of a honeybee, for example, but
What?
I don't dislike them, but they wouldn't be on my top five. But it's really interesting to hear the reasons behind why they are your dad's favorite. So
Mm.
understanding other people's perspective and recognizing and sharing differences is just as important. And all of that comes from creating your own kind of mini individual learning culture, which I will always celebrate.
Oh, that's amazing. And if you don't know who it is you want to ask or share a fact with, join the Good Vibe Hive.
Oh,
These
plug, plug, plug.
segues, I know these segues. Then join the Good Vibe Hive, our Discord server, the Wildlife Trust Discord server, where I share a fact a day as well. So every single day,
Mainly about sharks.
there has been quite a few sharks. I'm not going to lie,
Yeah,
but I'm expanding my horizons. I've done various other species. We did Odd
nice.
October through October, where I did a weird and wonderful,
I
some of the
liked that
crazy
one.
creatures, and that was to kind of focus in on different creatures, plants, animals. It doesn't have to just be animals. Trees, fungi, anything like that. I share a fact a day for us all to kind of keep learning, which is one of our ways to well-being. And also, I want to hear your facts. As part of Hope Week, come and share them with us. So if you're not sure who to share them with at home, come on the Good Vibe Hive and post. We've got at the moment a your favourite facts channel open where we've had a few posts already just this morning. One from Andy says one of his absolute favourite facts is that there are worms at the bottom of the ocean that eat the bones of creatures that have died and floated down to the bottom of the seabed, and they're called bone-eating snotworms.
Dark.
How cool is that though? A bone-eating snotworm.
It's
That's
very
amazing.
cool. Yeah, nice
So
morbid fact of the day, but yeah, love it. That's really
what a
interesting.
what a good note to end on. The
How
bone-eating
hopeful.
snotworm and the binturong have been our two top but join our Discord server and you find out more facts like that. Share your own facts and get learning. And thank you so much for listening again to the Hope is in Our Nature podcast.
See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.